boy. Guys, we're live. Let me just figure out how to get this phone to be held in the position. It's always a challenge when I don't have a phone tripod. I'm trying to use my tools. What we're going to do is we're going to try to repair Merlin, straighten his front end out. And, oh, this might work. Perfect. Right in my Seattle tool little thing. If only you could see how it's being held. So what I got to do is I got to straighten the front end of Merlin. As many of you might have known, I just raced Virginia International Raceway for the first time. And I did the money race on Sunday, which was the Azra National Superstock race. And I was in a solid 5th for the entire race from corner 1 to corner 1 on the final lap, where fellow BMW racer Greg Lett came in and is pretty much his only shot at passing me for the $1,000 5th place finish from BMW. And he low-sided. He just came into the corner and at a tight angle where he had to do a really tight corner with too much speed and low-sided while he was trailing into the corner entry and took me out because he came right on my inside. So the front end always gets a little twisted after each crash. It's not too bad. With this crash, it was really pretty minor, you know, low side getting, where a guy falls into you and then pushes your bike over. So it didn't fall very hard, but even so, it's always a good idea. Sorry about that. Just press something. I was trying to level the camera out perfectly here. So anyways, my name is Marcel Ernie. We are at a new friend, TJ Horn's place here. It's awesome. He invited me out to come use his property and helped me out all weekend. We went and did a bunch of chores and just power washed the bike a little bit. And I got all the screws. Let's just finish removing the the body work. And start doing the front end here. Look at this, he's even got a flashlight. How useful is that? I'm gonna have to get me one of these. This is TJ's little Milwaukee. That's pretty sweet. I need to get one of these too. I'd like one with a clip to the front though, so you can straighten it out. The fairing stay is broken on this bike from the crash. That nice carbon fairing stay I got from Hustle Hard Racing only survived the littlest crash though, so fortunately we're better off sticking with the aluminum ones for sure in the future. The fairing stay just completely snapped in half. It broke in half. Oh, I gotta remove the frame slider. You can use this fancy tool for that as well. And I think it's an H5. Yeah, H5. I don't remember. I just removed this side. I'll have to move you guys closer so you can see when you get there. But in the meantime, that's way quicker. Now, the Woodcraft sliders, always good for multiple crashes. You can see it because they're solid on the end and the design bolts through the side. They'll survive a lot. So always get your Woodcraft sliders. This shit is the bomb. Oh, let's remove the belly pan. Wash that out further. Yeah, this was the good body work, unfortunately, too. This is the non-crash, clean body work. It's got a little bit of grass damage on the belly, but mostly the upper is the problem. Okay, put this in here. The armor bodies. Unfortunately, it took out this corner right here. Yeah, a little bit of scratch right there, but the corner, when he hit me, obviously it takes my bottom out and the top end went down, and unfortunately that corner smashed the ground. And yeah, just, oh shit, it's cracked right here too. Ah, fuck. Yeah, shit. Just what I needed, huh? Of course, we're on my second YouTube channel here. Looks like we got somebody watching. Yeah. Totally fucked. Piece of garbage. Look at that thing. Smallest little crash and it freaking breaks. Piece of garbage. Definitely not worth it. Let's unplug the dash. There it is. Well, there's the upper half. The lower half. Fucking garbage. Yeah. Carbon is pretty weak, huh? Pretty freaking weak. Little piece for the mantle. Look at that. Yikes. Yickety, yickety, yick. Yeah. She's a crash bike. I think we'll power wash it a little more. And straighten the handlebar. Handlebar seems to be intact. Master. A little bit of a beating. Well, I'll show you guys what's going on here. There's that fairing stay. A little bit of damage on the master right here. Took a little grind. Oops, sorry. A little bit of grind action. Should be okay though. And the handlebar, the woodcraft bar seems to be pretty straight. Throttle still works. I lost my bar end. And handlebar moved slightly. You can see just moved in, slid in, which is good. Didn't break the bar that way. Woodcraft slider takes your bottom bolt out. Yeah, yikes. It's a tough location for those bolts to survive. And broke the peg off where it's supposed to, but it also bent the whole thing from behind. Unfortunately, it bent the bracket. It bent the whole bracket, or is it this bracket? One of the two. I can't quite tell. The whole thing's bent in. Exhaust. A little damage. Just the tiniest squish into the swing arm right here. A little dent. Otherwise, okay. Obviously, that's never fun. You can see it's burning through the insulation, which is no good. That's really lame. So, wasn't gonna last that long anyways. And yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to loosen the top yoke nut here. We're going to loosen all the pinch bolts for the forks. I'm going to get it off, take the front wheel off, let each end of the fork do what it wants to do, attach them back individually, and make sure the top of the triple and the bottom of the triple are straight together, and go from there. That's typically the gist of it, right? So let's see where I can take you guys. Let me put this back. Try to get you a good view, guys. How's that? Too bad? Take this bullshit off too. Just the torque. Oh, tools are in the phone here. Torque's 30 maybe. Oh, it's loosened up already. Well, I should be using the tool now, shouldn't I? Yeah, it saves you a little bit of time taking stuff apart for sure. There it is. Dunk. My tool back. Torque's back. Okay. Let me straighten out the handlebar. It is an Allen. It's 5. Yes, it is. Hear the birds. Loosen it up. I'm going to pull it out. Oh, it's still tight. There we go. Tighten it down. Just going to tighten up softly for now. Okay. Oh. What are you guys looking at the sky or what? Sorry about that. Okay, still as straight as looks. Okay, so the wheel looks like it's cocking to the right. Let's see. Triples look straight. The wheel is going to the right now. So first thing I want to do is get this thing on the stand here. Unless I can get the front end off a different way. You want the front end to be off the ground in the air. The only other thing I could do is I could get the front end on these frame sliders. That might be even better actually, get it completely loose in the air. See if I can do that. doing, I was grabbing the stand out here. So I can lift the front end up with this first. See if this is gonna work or not. I might have to put this board sideways actually to get more wood on the ground, but you lift it off the ground, and then I'll put these under the frame sliders. This is usually for your pegs, but it can be done that way also. So there you go. You can adjust the height. Might work. Let's see if I can get that underneath there. Oh, I need to get up as high as I can. Let's see. Just a little higher right there. Ah, it's not gonna make it. So I'm just gonna balance it at that height. So I gotta lower it one drop under the frame, and this one too, 4 bars down the top. Just put the frame slider back on. That's a good idea. Give it a little more height. Yeah, I could use somebody's help for this. There we go. Look at that. Whoa, it's a little wobbly, but yeah, no weight on the front end now. I should put something behind under those feet though. Something to stabilize that. Maybe something like this. Let's try that. Oh, use another one on that side. There. A little better. Anybody still watching? Who is that? Who's out there? Well, I have the chance. Clean this thing up a little bit. Don't mind the noise, guys. Oh, I'm out of gas. That's it. All right. Move on. turn the water off. Okay. Let's keep going. All right, next thing I'm gonna start loosening up the front end. So, let's see, these are my tools on the ground. Let's get you a little, we're gonna loosen up the front end next. There. Actually, I should get you guys a little higher up. Oh, there we go, I'm using the chair as the tripod. Okay, so I'm going to loosen the fork and see what happens, even with the front wheel on right now even. I'll use these just for my own benefit. I'll get that. I'll loosen the bottom first. No, let's go to start with the top. Start with the bottom. We'll see if it's just all of a sudden twist. I'm going to watch for it. No, I'm not seeing anything right there in that one. It's not too bad, guys. There's the bottom of the triples, okay, all loosened up. So I can physically see what's going on with the wheel. If I make the triples look perfectly straight, in line with the bike, the wheel looks pretty straight. Just a little to the right maybe. That looks pretty straight. So now the next step is I'm going to tighten the bottoms up again just a little bit, just to hold so the thing doesn't fall down, like so I don't drop the wheel, lose my ride height on the front, which is around 12 millimeters of ride height. I'm running. Okay, so just a little bit of kink, just a little bit. Now I'm going to loosen the top. Those cables. Loosen the top. Maybe I don't have to use the steering nut. It's not too bad. I'll just take the wheel off and make sure they're all straight that way. So I'll remove my brake calipers. Brake calipers. Okay. And this. Now you guys are using my stool. You use another one. Caliper bolt. Caliper bolt. I pull the caliper and give it a shake so it loosens the pads up. Pads look good. I'm gonna get some bungees for those calipers. I'm just going to hang the calipers from something nothing above. Actually, I don't want to hang it from the handlebar. I'm going to tie it off to this thing. Oh, fuck. Oh, that didn't work so well. Okay. And the other side. No. What bolt's in front of you guys? This one? No. Get those out of the way. Okay, perfect. You can see. Of course, the reason I'm doing this on my second channel is, you know, this is just like unedited stuff. I don't want to bug all the YouTube subscribers with this unless they really want to see behind the scenes stuff, right? And the top one. See, we should be using an electric tool maybe on this. And like I said, when I pull the caliper off, you go left, right, left, right. Shake the pads, push the pads in, so you can get it back on the next time. Again, latch this down. So it stays out of the way. Look how this thing's super tight. Oh, because the front end's off the ground. So it's really stretching out. Interesting. It is interesting. Put that in there. That's what happens when you wheelie, obviously. It's going to pull really hard on the fork drop. Put all these tools over here. Okay. And, oh, the last thing I got to do is loosen the pinch bolts. Oh, so I want to, whatever, don't need that tool, it's just like that. Okay, and the axle. Oh, sound backwards. This is a great tool, Seattle tool, very useful. I can spin it around real fast and that's out. Let me get some gloves on. Gloves. And pull the axle off the front wheel. I'm actually getting some wheel speed sensor errors. I think it's the wheel speed sensor on this got slightly bent. Didn't look that bad though, but might have to get a new wheel speed sensor on this one. Randomly, I was losing traction control. So anyways, I could put this guy back in if I want to. Just keep him straight. It won't tighten down or anything. There's nothing to lock into. Okay. The steering stabilizer always makes some noise on this bike. It's got to be. I need to rebuild that Ohlins on this one. So weird. It's like just loose right in there. It's so hard to hear. Fucked up. It only goes one way when I push out. Anyways. Anybody still watching? What's going on out there? Now I should be able to just loosen up. So the bottom, the top is loose. Top is loose. And I just got 12 millimeters in there. Yeah, hopefully the thing, it shouldn't drop. With just a little bit of weight on it. Okay, everything's completely loosened off right now. So essentially it should all be straight now. I can check. Unless I loosen the steering head's the only thing I left I could do. Might as well get all this grease off and re-grease this thing while I have time. Everything cleaned up. The only thing holding it together is the front fender. Of course, the clip-ons will move. This fork is just dropped down. I get the remeasure. Yeah. Alright. So anyways, that's how you make sure you can straighten your front end, guys. Go get my caliper tool to measure it out. We're going for 12 millimeters. Actually, the best way to do it is use the bottom here. Okay, so it's got to come up a little bit. That's 13 millimeters. As you can see, it's very precise work. I know it's not super entertaining, guys. That's 12 and a half. Still 12 and a half. Oh, almost there. Next track is Summit. We're going to Summit. Might have to get a bigger mallet. Or you gotta twist the handlebar back and forth. Right now we're at 12.5. 12.5 millimeters. Oh, my battery's gonna go dead. Your socket set is in the way. Yeah. I know, guys. Oh, there we go. Just dropping down. There, 12. On this side. Tighten up the top one. Make sure my handlebar is straight. The line. No, it's not. Put a little bit on the bottom. And then loosen up a little bit. It's hard to be exact on everything. There's pretty good. Let's double check we still got 12. Ah, shit. So now it's 11.5. What a waste of time. Damn it. So annoying. Let's try this just to get it up. Let's try this again. Try looking for 12 again. Alright. Just a tad over 12. Just a tiny bit down. My God, 12.5. This is freaking retarded, guys. Gotta be a better way, right? Okay, there it is. Handlebar is straight. We're good to go. Double check. All right, we're right on 12 millimeters. And move on to the other side. Dirty ass bugs off. Yeah, that's round straight. It's 11 millimeters. So we need to come up. Come up a little higher. Okay, perfect. Double check. What am I doing here? It's actually just like 0.1 millimeter high. Oh, so close. We'd never noticed that. 0.1 millimeter, does that matter? I don't know. Could be 0.2 millimeter actually. Ah, 0.1 millimeter. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to let you guys go. Pretty much got the front end straightened out. Sorry about the tools in the way. And I think we're gonna be good. And then of course I gotta, here's Emrys, which I raced in the final race. It's a hot day, guys, in Virginia. Very hot in Virginia. Where's Moto Kitty? Oh, she's hiding. Sure want to find that tapping noise, Marcel. Yes, David. I know. So strange. Get that old ones off there and put a different one on and we'll solve the issue. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna keep going. Gotta clean the whole bike, scrub her all down, put a stock fairing stay back on, and I actually had a fan buy me a Moto Holders fairing stay, and that's in the mail. So in the meantime, I might put the stock one on or just keep waiting for that one to arrive here, maybe later today or tomorrow. And replace that Woodcraft foot peg, and you know, it's bent up, I don't know, a little bit. I have marks. See, the mark is for the handlebar to be straight, David. If you can see the mark right there, it lines up with the bolt holes. But I mean, like, you know, your mark isn't going to be within a millimeter. If you took like a pen and did it a millimeter, you're not going to be right there. It's going to be, the mark's going to be way thicker than any millimeter. You know, you're not going to scratch it with something that's going to be a thin millimeter. So I don't think you have an answer for marks or not. All right. Thanks for following along, guys. Cheers. How do I end this thing now?